Welcome back to a new video. So we are in the playoffs now. We are recording this live. So on the occasion that someone pops into the chat, that's why I'm talking to someone else randomly. But yeah, let's see how we can do. We play the Orioles in the first round. They were 86 and 76, so a very similar record to us. If we didn't win our division, then we would have been behind them by a game and missing out on the playoffs. But thankfully, we had a really weak division this year, and we played well in most of the year. So our offense has been interesting to say the least. We have Schneemann that's been starting for a large majority of the year. We went to a three-man rotation for the playoffs. Cade Smith has been horrendous the whole year. We did acquire Joe Ryan at the deadline. Cantelo's been struggling as well. Same with Armstrong, at least recently. But we have some positive pieces and pieces to build upon next year. We didn't make, I think, as aggressive as trades as I normally do in a lot of these builds, but we did still make some trades. So we did acquire Gage Workman during the year from the Tigers. We did acquire Mickey Gasper from Boston during the year, and we kept Jonathan Rodriguez, which in real life he was waived before the year really started, and he is currently in AAA for the Orioles, the team that we're playing today in real life. As far as our bullpen, that's where we made a lot more of the changes. So Paul Sewald we acquired from Arizona, and he was on Cleveland for 2025 for a little bit, and we traded him to Detroit for a little bit. We were able to acquire Taylor Rogers, which was interesting. Hamilton, Joe Ryan, I already mentioned. So we were able to acquire some pretty decent pitchers and just kind of mess around with that because the bullpen was always kind of hard, more difficult to figure out. That is for sure. But this will be a three-game series, so it looks like we'll have home field advantage. Tanner Bybee's getting the first start. 13 and 6 on the year, 202 and 2/3 innings with a 3.73 ERA, and he's continuing that positive momentum. Quan, we typically do trade, but we've kept him the whole year, and it seemingly has worked out pretty well with us. He batted 264 with 9 home runs, so pretty similar to previous years. Obviously, we would like his average to be a bit higher because his power is not very good, but he does provide good defense in the outfield and a decent leadoff bat, decent speed, so he does a lot of things pretty well. Bo Naylor gets a 2-out single, so that's going to be our first hit of the game. Rocchio is going to follow that up with a single up the middle as well, so we have runners on first and third. And Chase Slaughter is going to pop out, so we're not able to get anything across, but we were able to get a couple of base runners. Tanner's still pitching well. Juan gets a 1-out single, an infield hit, which happens way too much in this game. It looks like an error too. Kind of funny looking. Kafis is going to strike out. Jose is going to get walked, so we have two guys on base again for Manzardo, who's going to fly out. So again, we're getting some base runners, but not able to get anything across. How did Jackson Holliday do for his year? 259, 6 home runs, so looks like he only played 100 games as well and was in AAA for a bit, so wonder if he was injured at some point. Bybee is giving up a solo home run. Other than that, had been pitching well. Looks like they might get another run here. They get a 2-0 lead and a grand. Man, that is brutal. So our best pitcher is going to give up 6 runs here in the 4th inning. And our offense has 3 hits. And I don't think we're going to be able to come back, unfortunately. So it seems like we're going to drop the first game of the series. Still 6-0. So he's at 101 pitches. I kind of don't want to waste other pitchers right now, so we're going to pitch Bybee for this 6. We don't get any runs, so we're going to try to just push him through the 7th, even if it costs us a couple of runs. That's fine. Now it just really ensures that we don't have a chance, and Bybee will just finish out this game. So we'll have the bullpen advantage, potentially. We only have 6 hits, so it's not as if we're doing a whole bunch. We haven't even scored a run. So if I use at 152, see if you can get through one more inning. It's 12. Well, I mean, we weren't scoring anyway, and looks like we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Oh no, we get a walk there. So we get shut out in the first game, 12-0, which is made a lot worse. We could have kept it about 6, but we didn't score anything, so it didn't matter. We saved our pitching and sacrificed Bivey's arm for the first game. So let's move into the second game. This might just be a quick playoff series if we just get cooked here. We'll jump right into it. Slade's on the bump today. So see if we get some offense going in this game. Jose gets on base with 2 outs, 2 singles in a row. And Arias gets us 2 runs with a 2-out double. So we take the quick 2-0 lead. We definitely want to score a lot more if we can. We get Rocchio to second with 1 out. Schneemann strikes out. Juan gets a walk, and Capus is going to ground out. They get a solo home run, and then a single, another single. Chase the Lauder is hurt randomly, so disastrous series so far. We're losing DeLauder. Slade has a runner on third and gives up the lead. So we give him a 2-0 lead, but he's not able to hold on to it, which is why we need more runs. Four to 2. This is brutal. All right, we get 4 to 3. And we get out. So we're going to go ahead and just take Slade out since it's still 4 to 3. We still have... It's still a ball game, and we're in desperation time. So we're going to bring in Seawald. Throws a scoreless inning. We're going to hope that he can throw another inning for us. Arias gets an infield hit. We're going to need one more run. All right, double play for Seawald. He's at 19 pitches, so we'll pitch him in the 7th here. We still just need a run. Just one. Or we get the guy on base and round out. This is brutal. So we're going to bring Joe Ryan in. He'll be able to pitch the last 2. All right. It's desperation time. I don't know. We got to get something. We're going to have one more inning. So we might just be get swept here, which is really unfortunate. Schneemann's 0 for 2. Let's see if we have anyone that we can bring that's like Gage and Mickey. Like, we don't have anyone really. He gets on base. Juan flies out. Capus reaches on an error, so we have the tying run in scoring position for Jose. He moves him to third. We're down to our last out. This is for the season here. Manzardo. He's going to get intentionally walked. Get to Arias, who is 2 for 4 on the day. Let's see if he can be clutch again. And we are not. So, man, that was a quick series, unfortunately. But we can do we can do the off season as well, or at least get most of it. Brutal. Brutal. But, you know, what can we do? What can we do? We didn't have situational hitting in the first one. You know, our best pitcher got blown out. And second one, we just couldn't get that opportunity. So we'll see how the Orioles perform in the playoffs. Looks like they're going to play the Yankees in the next round. I think it's a pretty good result for our first season, to be honest, just to make the playoffs. I think it's something that we can definitely build upon for next year. So both these guys actually made appearances at the major league level, and then both decided to retire. So it's all right with us. I don't think there's international scouting yet. Yeah. So the Orioles are actually apparently a good team. They made it to the American League Championship Series. It's like they're gonna get swept. Yeah, they got swept by Texas though. The Pirates made the playoffs and the Giants. It's always funny like some of the teams that have good simming players, how they perform when it's not to be expected. Like the Giants right now are really bad. The Pirates are doing pretty well. I mean, the rest of the teams would make logical sense. But in like Houston was is really in a rough spot this year, but a lot of it's like we start with the sim at the beginning of the year, so some players that regressed or got hurt or whatever aren't hurt at the beginning of the year. So looking into the beginning, or I thought we re-signed him. I don't really understand that. So was he able to still void his contract? All right, well, that's whatever. Um, what do we need to look at? Oh yeah, I want to change one thing with the game that I don't worry about until the off season. So with the development lab, we like to have that maxed out and leave everything else defaulted there. We have to get some pit or coaches signed. So let's jump into here. We're all good. We need a pitching coach. So he seems fine. Get Jose Cabrera. We'll wait for the pitching coaches to see if there's any more. All right, so it's just one more hitting guy. Wallace Gonzalez. Yeah, we'll just do the 2 year. All right, I don't know why that's always at 0, but I don't think it matters. So our prospect ranking dropped to 23rd out of 30th. I think a lot of that Travis dropped down to being the 91st. He was all the way up to the 15th prospect, which is interesting. How much money do we have right now? So we have 18 million. Scouting budget, we're going to cut down to 15. This, I don't know why they cut it down to that. It's going up to 45. And we'll leave the development budget, we'll leave it there. So we have Brad Keller, who can be activated. His contract's kind of goofy, but we still have him. So we'll go ahead and look at our 40 man. All right, so we're before we worry about the development lab, international scouting, we can take care of that. Jose Dominguez. But we can look at, oop, didn't mean to click that. Look at that salary arbitration and see what we want to do with all of this. So someone like Ian Hamilton, we have no interest in bringing back. So we'll offer the trade, see if we get anything for him. Brian Bellows, so that's going to be a no for me, dog. So we're going to withdraw from him. Cade Smith did horrible. And Kwan's in this interesting spot. So he's good, but he's not great. He plays every day. And this is usually when you get the best value for him. Because then next year he's just a straight free agent. Ryan Abreu would be an interesting, but he got that massive extension, so I don't know if I'm really that interested in that. Ben Joyce could also be interesting, just to help give us a solidification in the bullpen. Hmm. Michael McGreevy is a full 3-star, but that doesn't seem very right. Can we sort by something else? No. That's kind of a lateral move. Let's look at the prospect package. Hmm. Didn't bat well in Boston at all or in AAA. We'll hold off on Quan. You still got time. You don't need to rush to any decision. So we're not signing Ian Hamilton back. Everyone else we should bring back. Logan Allen potentially could get someone wanting him. Probably someone like Brian Bello or Jordan Hicks. So someone that's just worth a ton of money. And I'm not trying to figure out how to trade with his contract. Paul Sewald would like to extend. Yeah, that's definitely worth it for us. A couple million for 3 years. Taylor Rogers. Honestly, we should probably extend him as well. He's a good lefty. Almost two. We should be able to get both of those guys. And we actually don't have a lot of minor league free agents that are here. Yeah, he's 25. We can move on from him. So has still some potential at first base, I suppose. Same with Petey, has some potential in the outfield. So we'll offer all of those guys back. I mean, part of it is like we could run it back with what we have, so we don't necessarily have to make that decision now because right now trades are being done with the idea that you're gonna have to pay his arbitration at 11.5 million. And I think this is the last arbitration year. I think this will be go forward today. Goodness. That's why I wanted to make a trade. Oh, we can just release Ian Hamilton. We're not re-signing him anyway. All right, let's try to shop Quan again. Let's get more specific. So we want to find batters. We don't necessarily want to find a pitcher. So he's a full 3-star for whatever reason. Um, so Vargas is interesting. Cunha is kind of a similar player. There's no one that really excites me, to be honest, as a someone to pick up. Let's try the multiplayer. We can put this to all players. The prospect package is what excited me the most. So like this would get us 2 good pitchers, a bullpen arm, and a starting pitcher. Potentially B could be a starter as well. We get John Kenzie Noel back. So this trade actually interests me quite a bit. Gives us another starting pitcher, another bullpen arm. Look at the prospect package again. Now, Christian Moore is a fine prospect, but we would need at least 2.5-star prospects to really be buying in. So he's an interesting prospect, and then he is also pretty interesting. Is he a draft pick early? 2025, yeah. And I kind of like this trade as well. A lefty, more control potential, good stamina than Luis Matos. just seems a bit riskier when we can get two kind of proven guys. That's crazy. We get three guys from Texas now. Did they change it? They would give us three starting pitchers. I thought Jack Leiter was on Texas. I thought that was their offer. I guess they changed it. That's crazy. They give us four players for Kwan. So what I actually like is actually the offer from San Francisco. We're going to discuss it and we're going to look at their AAA. We want to find, was it Trevor McDonald? No. Actually go back. All right, so we can't find that again. All right, we have to go another day. All right, let's do this prospect package again. See what if San Francisco does the same thing. So he's okay. He's at the major league level. So they changed their offer. See if San Fran does the same thing. It's different. We're gonna look at. I don't want either one of those guys. It was Blade, Joe, and they threw another pitcher. It wasn't Blade, was it? We want one more pitcher. Maybe we don't want another pitcher. So he was on Cleveland. Just says he was traded to them. It doesn't say what we traded him for. I guess maybe cash considerations. Right, that's where the other 2.5 star was. So let's look at the player development. Now, we'll go a day, see if they give us an offer. All right, so I mean, I'm fine with Atunez. So I feel like we got a lot of value back for Quan. He's out of waiver years. Like years has he been playing at the majors? So I guess he was waived already a couple times. No? Probably why they're willing to move on from him. We have a lot of good outfield prospects now. So let's look at player development now. So, I mean, Cade's fine, but I don't know why he played so bad last year. Try to increase his power. Kafis. Two-strike approach. He's 34, so probably not worried about Jose. Joey, control. Manzardo. Where's he at? We'll do two-strike approach for him as well. Try to increase his power. Well, this will actually be a test if he's on our team or not. So we can trade him. Oh, there's a lot of teams that really want him. That's actually kind of wild. I guess with like a large contract that we offered him. I didn't realize he had that much interest. Yeah, this is actually crazy how much the Orioles want him. And like he was fine for us. But man, all right, so we're gonna try to work out something with the Orioles. Just gonna throw all that on there. No way that they would accept it. All right, let's take Rogers off. All right, so they didn't immediately say no. Go back to our development lab if I can find it. There it is. Parker improve his secondary pitches. Rocchio's on steroids, so he might as well see if he will take more. Schneeman is interesting. I mean, he batted 268. Probably an apparition. I think we try to trade him, to be honest. This is only going to get worse. Yeah, it's just the same couple of people. I don't mind giving him a chance to develop, though. We have a lot of spots in the lab. Same with Gage. Until Latino, give him a chance. Let's look at AAA. So have him generate power. Ralphie. Looks like everything has potential. We have contact though. Kemp. Plate discipline. Travis. Two-strike approach. Cal Steven movement. And then probably just power. Yeah, his lowest is just power. So, I thought he'd be faster. I'm surprised he doesn't have good foot speed. Cozart will do quality of contact. Crooks will just do power. Now we're just kind of throwing crap at the wall. Control. On Helga, no. Contact's actually really high right now. We'll do um, plate discipline, or no, two-strike approach, I guess. And resigns we're not worried about. Let's see if Angle can get some more power. Ricardo, power. Prove his stuff. George Valera, just throw him power. Khalil, quality of contact. Only have one more spot. Andrew Walters, we can do control. So I'm pretty happy with that. So let's go here to the cursed vote for awards page.
And that doesn't happen.
We are not going to vote because that page always is frozen, nor do I really care about it. It's so So we don't want to trade Parker, Gavin, or Cade. So we'll take Adley off because honestly, we probably don't need a catcher. Kobe Mayo would be more interesting too. Throw a bunch of prospects. So then this would bring us back. So trading Joe Ryan then would give us Grayson and Kobe. So let's go to our team. We can throw Sean on there. And then we will ask then for Trevor. Never mind. Throw Jeremiah Estrada on there. Might as well take those guys off because I don't think they're making a difference. Grab those guys instead. How about that? All right, so we're really close here. So we would have to give up a good prospect. Will Hines is in single A right now. Give up Braylon Dottie, who is a non-ranked prospect right now. All right, jump back into here. We'll throw these three guys in. So it doesn't move the needle. I mean, I don't really care if they have Logan Porter. think we can do that. I don't think they'll accept any trade involving him, but we can get Jace back if we gave up Sullivan or Wilkinson. I got actually am okay giving up Sullivan. Now we have Jace back. It's kind of a random trade. Alright, so we don't really want him, so let's just submit for the other pitcher. Don't need closers. Alright. Guess we don't want Micah either. Or, yeah. So let's put Sean on there and then see if we can get these two guys. Hmm. Hmm. So I think we give up Tugboat. I kind of like Will Hines still. Let's edit this and then have us give him. So we'll add Tugboat and then we'll add $10 million. 5. Come on, you guys got lots of money. We're poor. He's up to 2.5 stars now. All right, we'll give Armando Cruz up. So I actually think this is a winning trade. So we're giving up Arias, who's a good prospect, Armstrong, who is a good reliever. We're getting a frontline starter who's younger than Joe Ryan. We're also getting a third baseman slash utility player. He can play a variety of positions. And a good closer, or I mean relief pitcher, and another catcher. So I'm down with that. That took some work. I kind of like the trading system. It's definitely more difficult to get it going. So then, honestly, pretty decent bullpen lineup. So we got left. We lost Juan in left field. Kind of wish he wasn't a 2-star. But we could put Mayo in left field. Milan might just be a backup player for our team. And we didn't trade anyone that's in the development lab, so we don't have to worry about fixing that. The Cubs won the World Series. Good for them. Kevin Alcantara is a little bit too expensive for my taste, and he wants a major league contract, which I'm not really that interested in doing, to be honest. Scooble is a free agent. He will cost about $50 gazillion. Fairbanks is theoretically pretty cheap, so I'm fine actually doing that. That's a cool little at that level. It's a pretty nice upgrade, and the same with Evan Phillips for 2.5 million, which I feel like I've made this mistake before, but like they're not that expensive. Above a 3 star, I feel like it's worth the risk. We're most likely not going to get all of these relievers. It's just not worth the trade. He's actually traded to San Francisco during the year, but he's going to want way too much money. Yeah, 17 for 4 years, which isn't horrendous, but we're not that desperate for a 31-year-old pitcher. Luis Acuna Jr., or not Jr., just a Luis Angel Acuna. I'm saying his name horribly wrong. Just looking for any other younger players that are interesting. Had one at bat at the major league level and it was a home run, then gets released. I feel like we offer him a contract. It's only 25. Gonna spend some of our money, buy some lottery picks. Why is he? I guess. Oh, he was in Double A. I was like, why is he not like us? But I forgot we signed a bunch of veteran pitchers just to fill out our minor league team. Stanton, not a fan of us. We left him off the playoff roster. Got swept in the first round and released him. Honestly, I don't blame him. Alaska is a free agent. We're gonna go ahead and we'll throw him a minor league contract. All right, and let's filter age, and we'll go less than 24. And then see if there's anyone. They're just all 2 stars, but I think he's the best of the younger fellers. So we'll see how if we're able to sign any of the guys. Actually, should check our front office, make sure we signed all our. All right, we're all good, right? Cool. All right, ticket prices are going up, boys. We got players to sign, money to make. Check the international. Jose Dominguez. 6'7", 225 at 16 years old. He's definitely 16. No shot. He's older than that. You All right, so we did get Pete Fairbanks, so let's look at our rotation now. So we're at 40 out of 40. And we just, well, we got a decent amount. I think we try to get him off the 40. I don't want to risk it. That's the problem. Set his position to second base or to center field. He's still a two-star. It's like with all these guys, I don't want to risk throwing him off the roster. All right, Mickey, you might have drawn the short straw there. Doesn't help we have about 14,000 catchers that are as good as him. We don't really want any of these guys, but Packy, Naughton, it will be fine. Alright, so let's give him Navarro. And then we'll bring Packy on there and then waive him so we can make a spot for Fairbanks. And then we can then send him to AAA. So then Fairbanks would actually be our closer with Cade Smith being the setup man, which is interesting. Which I am not necessarily opposed to. Especially he pitched better last year. So that definitely makes our team better. We have some trade offers. Jose Furman and Danny Jimenez for Braylon Doty and Ethan Anderson. No. Tony Santillan, their closer, for Khalil, Luis Garcia, and Ricardo Brown. No, we just don't need another average bullpen arm that much. Let's look back at the free agencies and see free agents, see if they want money. It's fine. We're not giving you an offer then. Wants more years and money. That's fine. Evan Phillips wants more money. That's fine. We don't want you. Everyone else we're fine continuing the offer. He's not bad. We're not giving you our best prospect for. He had 24 home runs last year. So you want Gabriel Rodriguez, Luis Rodriguez, Jose Mendelson, Gonzalez, and Adiel Amador. Now, I don't want to give up Amador or Rodriguez. We will take the other. You can have the other players though. Oh, for Adrian Del Castillo, another catcher, absolutely. So what's his? Is his contract nuts or something? No, it's not. So this is like a Quan replacement. Anyway, we had a trade. I don't want to put him on waivers until we see what's available trade wise. Okay, so it looks like we can put him on waivers. He might get claimed, but I don't want a two-star guy that we I don't want a guy that's going to sit in AAA. That should be in AAA, I should say, be at the major league level because he doesn't have any more options. So, well, that's us. Yeah, not too crazy. So it looks like they're going to make it through waivers. All right, so most likely we're not taking anyone. Daniel Espino was taken by the Phillies. That's all right. We left him exposed to the draft. Oh, it's our pick now. We can get Mickey Jasper back. Put him on the 40 man to protect him. I think Enright got hurt again. That's unfortunate. Is he playing this year? He came up for Cleveland a little bit last year. Yeah, nobody too crazy. So it looks like nobody else. They stole our boy, which is all right. He gets hurt every single year. I don't think he's on a team anymore. Well, it says he's in the Blue Jays organization. Full season injured list ruling him out for the season, so I guess he did blow at his elbow again. That's unfortunate for that guy. He had pretty good stuff. It looked like he could be pretty decent, but the Guardians didn't bring him back, and I guess they did that for good reason. I would imagine Espino will probably get sent back to us at some point. I can't imagine, unless they're going to use him as a starter, but I don't know. This is a pretty decent start to a build of the team making the playoffs. So usually in any of these builds, I always struggle at building in the first year, or at least making the playoffs in the first year. Let's go through our AAA team and see if there's just random guys that we want to move on from. So Logan Allen, we can shop again. Nobody there that's interesting. Trent Harris, we can try as well. He's in that same kind of boat. Packy. Actually wouldn't mind the Brandon Little trade. I like how his previous strategy is locked on to the So if we have enough, as we get further closer to the season, if we have enough two-star pitchers in the minors that are younger, we'll get rid of some of the older guys. You can have Ronnie. We just don't have anyone really that we want to get rid of off the 40 man. I mean, and the thing is like, I think Brandon Little's probably better than Brad Keller, but not bad enough. Oh, yeah, we can waive Tim Herron again. He always makes it through waivers. I'd rather have Brandon Little on the 40 man anyway. All right, so we're going to immediately offer Jose Dominguez all of the money. Looks like to be a stud. The size of an NBA power forward. Yeah, he's interesting. We just don't have a spot on the 40 man. Same with Troy. Although he's more interesting, we can find a spot for him. All right, so we actually got him. So let's see if we can make a spot for him. And we actually have our 40 man's actually kind of crazy good. Only guys on there that we don't want to get rid of are guys that are good prospects. And like Gage is at the major league level, so we don't want to get rid of him. Andrew Walters is a pretty good player. I think George Valera will be the odd man out. It does feel like a nice problem to have to want to be able to move on from all these different players. Oh my goodness, they want to give us a, okay. Red Sox are about to make us a lot better for some reason. There's no way they're going to give us that guy. That's crazy. So, we'll see if we get Jake Bennett too. So, we're going to blow him on there. We're going to be greedy. We'll throw him on there too, just to be absurd. All right, we'll take Hunter Harvey off there. They didn't immediately say no. He's 30, but he has 2 years of control. We just got Pete Fairbanks, so we wouldn't want to trade him. Same with Grayson or Gavin or Bo. Sombrowski's interesting. So then we would get someone that's younger. I think the Dombrowski move actually makes sense. Throw Harvey on there too. All right. We're being greedy. Let's give us $5 million instead. So I tried this before where you offered way over what they ask, and it seemed to get them to sign Aster. All right, we'll take honestly, we'll take off your money. That they're not gonna accept that. Now let's add that. How is Jose? All right, we're just being greedy. You have one Yan. So that's actually insane. So let's look at our international friend. Favors offer. Do we sign him? That's what we do. Jose Dominguez, 80 power potential, 80 eye potential, 60 defense at first, 60 contact potential, development risk, extreme, but he might be the best hitter of all time. Bats right, throws left. So, pretty exciting player for us to have. We're gonna claim we're gonna have to keep making these trades because we keep acquiring these players. All right, so I'm gonna waive him. Waive him. We might just be releasing Brad Keller and just eating that money. So we're just getting better players. Brandon Little wants to go to AAA. We will accept that. Do we have any more international money to sign anyone? Probably not, right? I think we have like $50,000 left. Yeah, so we got our man. That's what we needed. We did it. We got our boy, and we've created more problems with our team because we keep collecting all these players. Brad Keller, I don't think anyone's gonna want him because of his contract. Yeah, so we're just going to eat that contract. Eat that 13 mil. We trade him. He's out for 4 months, so yeah. We cannot. But we now have a spot on the 40 man since we got rid of him. Our AAA team's actually going to be insane. We have so many good players. So I'm very happy with our offseason so far. All right, we got more money. Which means this budget can go up back to 25. ticket prices are gonna go. So it looks like our season tickets went down. The season tickets projected goes up. Attendance per game is going up. Revenue is going up 300,000. So seems like a good idea to raise the ticket price. I guess that's how many season tickets have sold. Both those guys signed with Boston. Makes sense because we took their best reliever, so I guess that's why they signed those other two guys. Athletics moved to Indianapolis. They just moved to Las Vegas. That's funny. I think that's the only league development thing that I have turned off, so teams will randomly do that. So it looks like some of our guys are getting worse. We got scammed. He's down from a full 3 stars. I'm pretty excited about our team. I think we got made some good acquisitions. But sure, bullpen. Our bullpen's kind of nuts. So we have Cade Smith now, I guess, as a closer. Fairbanks and Cantillo as a setup man. Garrett Whitlock just there. I want to put him in middle relief. And Garrett as a setup man. Yeah, so I mean we got dudes. We got a lot of dudes, that's for sure. Bring Brandon Little up. I don't know, whatever. It doesn't really if I'm managing every game, it doesn't really matter what their rankings are. Or assigned roles, I should say. All right, let's see if anyone got better. Cantillo got better control. Rocchio got some bat speed. Latino got improved contact. Ralphie improved contact. Plate discipline improved. Adele got more bat speed. Kozar got better contact. More bat speed. Ricardo got some bat speed. Khalil got more contact. So that's pretty exciting for them. Let's go back to the development lab. I don't think, yeah, we can't put anyone else in, unfortunately. Yeah, this is the new team, the Indianapolis Thunder Dogs. The Thunder Dogs. The least loyal team. All right, so let's look at our. We can look at our lineups here, and we can try to get guys to move around to different positions. So looks like he could play first, third, and left field. He's a really good first baseman. So let's separate like that. So Kafis would be in center field with the AI lineup, which is interesting. Jose would be at third. I really JJ Belay's a better center fielder. Same with Chase DeLauder. Yeah, so Chase DeLauder should definitely be the center fielder. And Ralphie, he's only 21, so we still have a lot of time with him. He would be an exciting player to have up on our roster, but there's not really a good spot for him. We have the outfield pretty solidified. We still have Manzardo here. He only batted 217 last year. He did have 26 home runs, similar to last year, so he is a proven commodity. But he's one big injury if Kafis, Manzardo. I mean, really, if any of our outfielders were Manzardo get hurt, or Mayo gets hurt, then there's going to be a big spot for him. And Rodriguez is kind of in that similar boat. Batted 275 last year with 10 home runs. I think he'll be part of our rotation for sure. And Dylan Cruz is in that same boat too. Got Kemp. Yeah, we have a ton of guys that are there and ready. Tolentino's back down to a 2-star, unfortunately. So, I mean, he'll definitely be in AAA. It's unfortunate for him. He's a very random player, too. He doesn't always develop, and sometimes he becomes a superstar. And it's very all over the place. So he's gotten better. Still has a lot of potential in the outfield. He just hasn't, I guess, played that position enough. Let's look at our development. So we're 21st out of 30. Ralphie's a 44th best prospect. I think, where's he at? Where's Travis Bazan at? Is this not ranked anymore? Huh. That's weird. All right, we'll get all the way to opening day, and maybe we'll play a series. We'll figure out our opening day roster. Well, it won't be him. He will actually not be on our opening day roster. That's unfortunate. 8 months he's out with that torn ACL. Hamstring tendonitis. He's out for 3 weeks. What is going on? What are we doing in spring training? Tearing ACLs, pulling hamstrings, doing too much. We don't have anyone in the top 10, which is alright. Alright, so we have to look at our roster. Look at the available players just for fun. He's the only one that's interesting, but we do not have a we don't really have a spot for another 2.5 star. It would have to be someone that's really, really good. So we have to cut 11 people. Pitching's going to be difficult. Hitting should be a little bit easier. We'll go to default view. So Sheeman's down to a 2-star. Alright, so we can definitely just send these guys down. Same with Travis. So I guess Crooks is going to be our backup catcher. I didn't really think about that since we got rid of Mickey. So Gage is still a 2.5-star. Steeman's played so well last year. Let's set his position to second, see if that improves. No. No, it doesn't. So 6 more people to knock down. So Tolentino will go back to AAA for sure. And then Ralphie will as well. We'll look at pitchers. Steven will go down to AAA. Walters, Whitman. One more people. We got to cut one more person. And Brandon Little. Send him down. So now we have 1, 3, 6, 7, 8 guys. So we have the 13 pitchers. Our lineups. I have no idea why Manzardo is leading off. That is so bizarre, but it was spring training, so it's whatever. All right, so let's fix our lineup here. It's actually clear all lineups. So Schneemann is no longer going to be starting almost assuredly. So as far as the leadoff guy, um, we can put Jose in third position at third base. He is not going to be center field. I do like the idea of Kafis leading off though, because he does have good speed. Lefty righty switchy, and then Manzardo can be in the 4 hole again. He'll be our DH. DeLauder can bat fifth after him. And then we throw Arias in there at 6. I think we'll flip them. It's kind of nice to have more right-handed bats in the lineup this year for sure. So then Rocchio can bat 7th and play 2nd. Bo can bat 8th and be our catcher. And then it looks like, so we have first, second, third, short. So it's just left field, which that might just be Rodriguez. So we'll put him in right and then put Kafis in left. So Kafis is replacing Quan in the leadoff spot and in the outfield. Only 8 home runs last year, so we're hoping to get a little bit more power production this year, but he also was hurt for a good chunk of the year. Our rotation has hopefully improved. We now have Slade. I mean, he shouldn't be at the top because we just have it set to where if we don't set that, then he just becomes a follower, which I don't like. So we're going to move him down to there. Bobby's going to start a rotation since he did make the All-Star game last year. Grayson's our new acquisition. So we have full 3, full 3, a full 3, 2.5 star, and a 2.5 star. We have Cade is going to have the opportunity, but we have Fairbanks that could easily take his spot. Hunter Gaddis is there. Joey Cantillo's in long relief. We got Taylor Rogers. We have a really good team. I'm really excited about our team this year. We are fantastic and should be pretty good. All right, and Magnus is up to 2.5 star potential. There we go. Micah drops a 2 star. This might be the universe where Chase develops. Got hilarious that we traded him and then just traded back for him. So we have a lot of guys that are. I'm seeing a lot of green, which is good, probably because we increased our player development up a little bit. Maybe that helped. But all right, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna check free agency and see if there's any prospects that are just chilling out here. We'll do a major league contract and we'll do a 3-year contract. He is a full 3 stars and he's going to be out for 7 to 8 months, but it's a long-term investment. Kevin Alcantara, we can offer him. He went down a lot from what he wanted initially. All right, let's see if there's anyone else. Doesn't look like it. We're already in the 2 stars. Tim Anderson still chilling down here. Didn't have 0 for 9 in his comeback for us. All right, let's jump into this Nationals game. So this is with our new roster. High expectations this year. Hopefully we can beat 85 wins this year. We'll see if we can start with a good series win. Surely we'll be able to. Kate Cavalli is getting the start for the Nationals. Tanner Bybee is getting the opening day start for us. Arias gets on base. We're going to be aggressive to start off the year. DeLauder hits a single here. Rocchio flies out. And Naylor strikes out. So we get a couple guys on. Fly out there. So there's a couple of guys that are in our starting rotation or starting lineup, I guess rotation as well, that have the potential to lose their spots. So Rodriguez is definitely one of those guys because we have Ralphie that is in AAA, and if Jonathan's really struggling, then he could just be traded. And we got 2 hits there, but we're not able to get a run. And Zardo strikes out. Arias gets out. And DeLauder gets a single. So they still don't have any hits. Might be their first base runner. 2 walks this inning and a 3-run home run. So they get their first hit after 3 runs on 1 hit. So we're not starting out very hot scoring runs. Hopefully that changes here. It's not going to change with double plays. So Vibes at 53 pitches. I would love to have the same starting rotation the whole year, but that kind of just depends on if they can play well enough. Kobe Mayo starts out with a double here. Jose strikes out. Manzardo moves him to third. And we get a single, so we get one of the runs back. We get our first run of the year. And DeLauder ties it up with a 2-run home run. So that's a really good, strong start for him. He could be someone that hits more than 20 home runs this year. I mean, looking at our lineup, we could have Kefis, Mayo, Ramirez, Manzardo, DeLauder, and really Rodriguez could be the guys that could hit more than 20 home runs. I don't think Rodriguez probably will, but it is a possibility. All right, we're going to take him out. Did they just get him from the Pirates? No, that's just... I'm thinking of a different person. All right, so we have... all of our bullpen is ready to go. We're going to bring Seawald in, give him the first bullpen appearance of the year, and he immediately gives up a double. That's not good. So pretty rough outing for him. Well, this is unfortunate. And I think that our way that our lineup is stacked, we can't really be destroyed by lefties quite as easily. So Seawald off to a bad start this year. We're going to give Troy Melton 7th here. So they get a double, but nothing more. We'll take Troy out. Bring in Cantillo. Skimming up 2 singles, 3. There's a run. So Cantillo's off to a terrible start. Goodness gracious. So Arias hits a solo home run. He's getting worse against lefties pitching. So our pitching off to a terrible start this year, and our hitting honestly not off to that good of a start. So we lose 12-4 in the opening day. So rather unfortunate. Arias had 2 hits. So we had some positive moments, but the pitching just was not there at all. So Cantillo off to a yikes start. Seawald as well. I think we don't make any moves quite yet. We can throw Brandon Little to AAA. We also need to look at our minor league teams. I forgot to do that. And so we'll keep 30 on every team. So they're going to be released. So they have 30. I'm just basically just doing a very simple sort by potential. So they have 29. He's a 1-star. I don't know why he's locked. Was that from my two-way pitcher experience? All right, so these guys can go to low A. All right, so we're chilling with all those teams. We got our minor league teams figured out. Hopefully we can win a series here, or win a game, I should say. All right, Mayo gets on. Good start for Gavin there. The Lauder with a big single up the middle. Rocchio grounds out to second. And Air is going to get runners on the corner. And Rodriguez grounds out. Double play, makes that inning go quick. A walk here, so we should be able to get a steal. It's caught stealing, that's unfortunate. We're going to send him, and of course he is able to get there with less speed. Still no runs. We get a walk, a single, so we have one out with Bo Naylor on, and he's able to hit a double. There we go. So we get our first run of the day. Runners at second and third for Rodriguez. He strikes out, unfortunately. So I don't think Rodriguez has a hit this year, so he's not off to a good start. We get another double play. So we're still up a run. Manzardo gets his first hit of the year. And Arias grounds out. So Gavin's made it through 4 innings, scoreless. See if he can continue that trend. DeLauder strikes out. Yeah, he has 7 strikeouts today. That's really good. Connor Brogdon, former Guardian. It's only 2 stars. Only 2 stars. So I think we'll pinch hit for Rodriguez, who has a double. They get him the third. That's a big pop out. And he's able to keep him off the board. So they bring in a righty. We're going to pinch hit for him and bring in JJ Bleday. He grounds out. All right, he's made it through 6. Gives up a single here. He's at 90 pitches. Jose Tena. All right, he's made it through 7 innings, so we can really get into our higher leverage spots. And Jose is able to hit a home run, so that's really good. So we'll take a 2-0 lead. Manzardo pops out. I think that's our second home run of the year. Arias has one as well. All right, Gavin made it through 7. No runs, 105 pitches. Fairbanks, our new acquisition, immediately throws 3 pitches, and he gets hurt. Not good. Although it was a free agent signing, so we didn't have to give up. Garrett Whitlock is our other acquisition. And then double play. So we're into the 9th now. The first save of the year for Cade. See how he starts the year off. The solo home run. That's pretty rough. All right, he's able to squeak out of it. So he does give up a solo home run. So we don't get the shutout, but we do get the win, which is obviously more important. So he is. We're gonna immediately just put him on the 10-day or 15-day, I guess, because it's a pitcher. And we're gonna bring up Brandon Little, move him up. And then Cade Austin will go up. There we go. There we go. We'll go about it that way. So an interesting prospect sign. He did have 26 home runs in AAA last year. He's only 24 years old. All right, so we don't know anything about Fairbanks. That'll stink if we didn't get anything from him. Kevin Made. He was traded from the. Was he always on the? Okay, he was traded to the Nationals from the Cubs. All right, let's go for it. See what happens. Spam emails are always annoying. All right, let's see if we can win the series here. A solo home run for Mayo. There we go. A good start. Manzardo with a 2-out walk. So Grayson getting his first start of the year. All our starting pitchers so far have gotten pretty deep into the game, which is nice. We had a leadoff walk, a double for JJ Bleday. Rodriguez reaches on an error. Rocchio strikes out. And Mayo's going to fly out. So we load the bases, but not able to get anything from it. Solo home run for them. So now we're tied at 1. Not too bad. That's his second hit on the day. Second time he's been on base and a strikeout, so Rocchio is struggling. Rocchio is also someone that if he doesn't perform well, then we have we got dudes. We got dudes. Alright, I think that should have 0 sugar in it. Looking at my grocery order, I substituted something, and I think it also has 0 sugar. Alright, Grayson. Very good. So he's made it through 4. Jose gets on base. We're going to go for the steal. Gets a second for Manzardo. Grounds out, moves him to third. And Arias strikes out, unfortunately. His pitch count's pretty good, so he'll definitely make it through the 5th here. Chase gets a leadoff single. Bo hits a single. Rodriguez strikes out. He has yet to have a hit this year. And Rocchio, I think he has 1 hit on the year by the looks of his average. 2-out double, but we are still tied at 1. Mayo with his 2nd hit on the day, one of them being a home run. Jose grounds into a double play. Manzardo with a 2-out single. And Arias pops out. So he's at 80 pitches, so we're going to try to push him through this inning. That double play is really big. Alright, he's going to have to come out, so we're going to go into the bullpen. We're in the 7th now, so what we think we will do is have Hunter Gaddis come in. Oh no, it gives up the lead. Alright, so we have 2 more opportunities to score. Man, 2 strikeouts that inning. So we'll leave Gaddis in for the 8th here. Like wild pitch, and us Gaddis off to a terrible start this year. To be fair, we've only scored 1 run, so we don't really deserve this. Rocchio gets a hit. We had a double. Jose, 3-run home run, so we're all tied up. Alright. Don't think we're going to get another run, though. Arias 0 for 4. He's worse against lefties, which is really bizarre. So he has like this weird reverse split. And like we just have lefties there. I don't know, it's just so bizarre to me. Alright, Hunter Gaddis is going to come out. I think we bring in Garrett again. See if he's able to lock it down. Wild pitch gets the winning run to 2nd, but a pop out keeps it tied. Right, Chase moves him over the 3rd. Bo gets walked. JJ gets walked. Jonathan is 0 for 3 on the day, so we're going to pinch hit for him again. We're going to let Kafis go in. And he'll stay in right field. 1 out here, bases loaded for Kafis. And he's able to get a sacrifice fly. So he's able to push a run across. And Rocchio pops out, but we do get that run. So it means that might be Cade's day to get a 2nd save. No. I don't know if that counts as a blown save, though, because of the ghost runner. Alright, we get him the 3rd. Jose pops out. Manzardo gets intentionally walked for Arias, who is 0 for 5. And 1 for 6 now. Hey, that works out. So we have more runners on base for DeLauder. Alright, so we're here. We're going to see if Cade's able to... The runner gets the 3rd. He gets the 2nd out. What a gritty appearance for Cade there. So does he end up getting the win and then the blown save? Yeah, so he gets a blown save, but he does get the win. Even though that's not an earned run, he did give up that run. So we're into the next series here. We'll play this Detroit one, and then we'll be done for the day. So we won that first series, which is always nice to see. Pete Fairbanks, we don't know what his injury is yet. I believe he tore his ACL. What a crappy injury to experience. All right, so Rodriguez 0 for 9 so far. It's not off to the strongest start, which is telling me that we're at least going to platoon JJ Blade with him. Schneeman and Gage have not had an appearance yet, but that's all right. Sandy Alcantara is now on the Detroit Tigers, and he was traded to San Francisco last year. Interesting trades. Parker's first start of the year, so we'll see how he's able to do today. A walk and a hit. Not a good start. See if he's able to work out of it. And he does. Capus gets on base. He's able to get the steal. Mayo with the 2-run home run, his second of the year. Gives us a quick 2-0 lead. Manzardo hits a single here, an infield single. And Arias with a 2-run home run. There we go. So two-run home runs in the first for us to give us a 4-0 lead. See if Parker's able to work around this base runner as well. He is, so still 4-0. JJ Bleday with a home run, so he's taking over Jonathan Rodriguez's spot. Capus gets hit, and he gets another steal. Mayo moves him over the third with 2 outs, and Jose grounds out. So we get another home run, so we get a 5-run lead. It's been a lot of base runners on for Parker today. Works around them again, but he's throwing in a lot of pitches because of that. Arias rolls into a double play. They already went out, took their pitcher out. DeLauder gets a single. Nothing for Rocchio. Mesa gives up another hit. Fielder's choice gets him the second. A single moves them the first and third. They do score their first run. We still have a 4-run lead though. A 57-minute delay. We would love Messick to at least get through this 5th inning. It's 5-3. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to, so he'll get a no decision on the day. So we will go with Paul Sewald again. They get an RBI single. Tie up the game. So that's unfortunate. A double with 2 outs, and Arias pops out. Sewald will stand for the 6th here. He's able to keep it there. Our offense is being shut down, so we're going to go back into the bullpen. We're going to bring in Rogers for his first start, or first appearance of the year. Immediately gives up a hit and a home run, so we are now down 7-5. So he just needs to come out. Unfortunately, he stinks. Leadoff double and a single. We should be able to get him in the scoring position. For Kobe Mayo, he strikes out. Jose, 3-run home run, so we take the lead back. That was a massive home run. That's Jose's 3rd on the year, so he's off to a tear. Arias strikes out, and DeLauder grounds out. So we're going to leave Cantillo in here. So we need to get some length. We need him to get out of this inning. Very good. Rocchio strikes out. Naylor strikes out. And JJ gets his 2nd home run of the year. So, yeah, he's probably going to start over Rodriguez most days. So JJ's at 25. And we'll just see if he can get through the 9th here. So, really good appearance for Joey Cantillo. I think he's going to end up getting the win. Yeah, he gets his first win of the year, 2 2/3 inning. Trevor Rogers got hit around. Parker got hit around as well. He gets a no decision, but he couldn't get through 4, which is not good for your starting pitcher. Not good at all. Torn radiator cuff. He's out the whole season. That's brutal. So he's on the 60-day DL. All right, so we do come back in that game against the Tigers. It looks like they're going with an opener today. Or maybe he's just a starter for them this year. They had 10 saves last year and 29 the year before. I guess we'll find out. But we're on a 3-game winning streak. Our offense is picking up our pitching. Pitching can certainly be better as they get a leadoff double and a run in the first inning. They had 2 runs here. Gobi Mayo with another home run. So that is his 3rd. So he is making me look smart with that acquisition. Especially since he kind of replaces Quan as far as the spot in the lineup. I guess technically it's CJ Capus, but Mayo is new to the team. See if Slade can get out of it. All right. Chase grounds out. Rocchio strikes out. So Rocchio's off to a cold start this year with his 105. Gary Carpenter hits a home run. Schneemann gets out. Capus gets a single. He's able to get his 5th steal already this year. So we're still down 2. Hoping Slade continues to settle down so he can give us some length. Chase DeLauder with a solo home run. I believe that's his 2nd of the year. Rocchio gets a walk, a single. Schneemann isn't a strikeout. Schneemann's also on the chopping block as well as someone that just may not be on the team or may just get sent down to AAA. So Capus is going to hit a solo home run, so we're tied all the way back up 3. Slade's made it through 5. Let's see if he can get through 6. One more out. All right, we're just going to take him out, even though he has enough stamina to throw a little bit more. Max Clark is in, so we are going to... We just used Joey Cantillo. Taylor Rogers did really bad in the last start. We'll try Brandon Little. We'll see what happens. All right, he strikes him out. Very nice. Arias 0 for 2 on the day. Now he's 0 for 3. DeLauder hits a single here. Rocchio hits a double. Naylor hits a single, scores both of the runs, so we take a lead. Schneemann's 0 for 2 on the day. Now he's 0 for 3. He has at least 2 strikeouts. We'll leave Brandon Little in for the 7th here. Never mind. Bring Whitlock in. All right, it's 5-3 still. Jose with a single. See if we get him the 2nd. We do. Manzardo strikes out. And Arias hits a single. Gets us a 6th run. Gives us some more run support. All right, we leave Whitlock in for this inning here. Maybe. All right, quick inning for him. Rocchio flies out. Naylor gets out. Schneemann's 0 for 3 on the day, and it's a lefty, so we are going to bring in Rodriguez. And he strikes out, so he does the same thing. Cade Smith, not really going to be able to get the close today. I think we're going to go with our other setup man, Hunter, here. It's a really bad start for him, so he doesn't get any outs. So we're going to go to Paul. Now we're going to go with Troy. It's out number 1. 6-5 now. They tie it up. That's unfortunate. So we're in the bottom of the 9th. We need a run, not a strikeout or a flyout. A walk will work. Manzardo hits a single. Gets him all the way to third when he runs 90 feet away for Arias. Strikes out. We're going to leave Troy in here. A sack bunt moves him to third. They get that run across. All right, my goodness. Our bullpen again is letting us down. We get the first out. They get another run, so they got two. So we're going to need a lot. Line out double play. Wow. That's brutal. Brutal appearances with our bullpen. Unfortunate. So it's tied 1-1 in this series. I don't know. I think we might just throw him down there and see. I don't want to waste Ralphie's time. I want him to get experience. Oh, Khalil. Khalil's already up to 2.5 stars, so he's already. So Khalil's going to solidify his spot there. All right, let's see what we can do in this one. See if we can win the rubber match. Win the first two series of the year. Tanner Bybee with the second start. Had a rough start in his first one. He's having a rough start in this one. Gives up a run to start out the game for them. Rocchio gets on base. Mayo gets on base. Jose gets on base. So 3 straight hits. Kafis is going to strike out. Arias is going to strike out. And a fly out. So we get no outs. The base is loaded with 3 straight hits and 2 strikeouts and a pop out. So very good RNG for us, 100%. That's kind of crazy. Then another solo home run. Another single for us, a fly out, and a strikeout. So we were not destined to score runs in these first couple innings, I suppose. It's 4th strikeout. So Bybee's giving up 2 runs, which honestly he should have some run support at this point. Had the bases loaded with no outs after 3 straight hits. Crazy that he was able to work out of it, and now suddenly we can't hit anything. Suddenly we're done hitting, and they get a 3rd run. 4-0 now. See if Bybee can give us a 6th inning. Still 4-0. I guess we're just done hitting. That's unfortunate for us. So we're into the bullpen. Everyone's a little bit tired. Now we're down 4, so I think we throw Hunter out there. Gives up a solo home run, so he's off to a terrible start this year. We're really just going to get shut out. It's actually crazy. We get a leadoff double. Fielder's choice to third. A single with an error. Alright, that gets us a run. A single. We're down 5, so we're not sending him. We're not stealing. Bases loaded again. Arias 0 for 3. Strikes out again. DeLauder with a single. So a 2-run single. Alright, we're still in this inning. Rodriguez 0 for 2 on the day. Pops out. That's unfortunate. So Gaddis gave up 2 earned runs. Unfortunate for him. We're going to bring in Seawald here for the 9th. We need 3 runs this inning. Not a strikeout or a flyout. We had a walk here. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. We just didn't hit enough. We had 19 guys left on base. Arias had 6, so Arias is gonna get moved down in the lineup. We're actually gonna play the next series as well. Not feeling good. So we're gonna swap Arias with JJ. JJ play every day. And Rocchio's really struggling. So 160 average, no home runs, no RBIs. I think we give Khalil some opportunities at second. So we'll see how he responds. So I still like Kafis in the leadoff spot there. I'm fine with where he's at. Khalil is only a 2-star second baseman. So let's actually figure out a better spot for him. So we'll see if Mayo's able to figure out what he needs to do. He's going to get the start today. Although I think it is fair for Gage to get the start. But Kobe Mayo's off to a really good start. So we're gonna let Mayo play over Rocchio. We'll put him at short. Give Mayo the chance at second. And bring Manzardo up to there. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Kevin Williams had a really good start in his first game. Continuing the good vibes. Mayo gets on base. A wild pitch moves him to second. Jose rolls out, but moves him to third. And Chase strikes out, unfortunately. So, leadoff hit for them. A walk. Fielder's choice. A ground ball out. They don't want to throw it to home because they want them to score runs. A lot of strikeout for us. Gage gets a hit. Crooks gets a walk. Capes flies out. Mayo moves him over to second and third. And Jose is able to hit him in. There we go. So we get 2 runs there. Single there is going to move Jose to third and Chase over to second. And a double here. So now we're getting some runs. So Manzardo with a big double. So we have 4 runs that inning. So Gavin's getting some run support. It's 2 outs. And he's able to get them all out. Leo pops out. Gage gets on base again. We're going to have him steal. Crooks flies out. And Capus grounds out. Alright, still 4-1. Mayo flies out. Jose gets on base. He gets the steal. Chase strikes out. Manzardo grounds out. So we're working around with some base runners, but we're not able to get anyone else in. All right, he's made it through 6 innings. Khalil strikes out for the second time. He's at 91 pitches. He made it through 7 the last time. See if he can get through 7 again here. One more out. One more out. So he ends up giving up another run, but he made it through 7. A solo home run for Mayo. I believe that's his 4th of the year. Yeah, so he's up to 3, up to 4. A lot of solo home runs though, only 6 RBIs. So Gavin has been a workhorse for us this year. We do have Cade Smith to come in for the next inning. Garrett will be able to pitch this 8th. And he does just that. Chase gets a leadoff single. Manzardo hits into a fielder's choice. So this is where we can get a little bit strategic. So basically all of these guys have better speed. He's at 50. So we can throw Arias in there at DH to get a little bit more speed, and we're seeing if we can get him in the scoring position. He does. JJ gets intentionally walked. So Khalil's 0 for 3 on the day. And they intentionally walked to get to him. Do they have a lefty on the bump today? They brought in a lefty. So we're going to pinch hit and bring in Rodriguez. Counter their intentional walk with a right-handed bat. And he lines it to a double play. All of that effort and thought just for that, but it is what it is. All right, Cade's going for his 2nd save of the year, except the leadoff hit. He has a 3-run cushion, so that runner does not mean anything, and he's able to lock it down. So we do get this win here against the Pirates. So we'd love to see that. Khalil with 2 strikeouts in his major league debut for us I think he might have played last year. All right, so we have multiple players who are not eligible for High A anymore. Jose Devers, Jake Fox, and Angel De La Rosa. All right, so we'll move a couple of guys up. Bourbon out there. All right, so we've fixed our roster. Victor. Thought we fixed it. All right, there we go. So we're, I guess, number 1 in the power rankings, or at least we were in the latest ones. We are currently 4-3, tied with Detroit. Gregson's getting his 2nd start of the year. Pretty solid. No decision for him the first one. So see if he's able to do well. 2 straight walks and a 3-run home run zone now, and a single. We get 4 runs here. They always score so many runs in the first, no matter who's pitching. So we're going to need some runs And we're going to need Grayson to not suck. Easier said than done. Rodriguez still does not have a hit. And Zardo gets a solo home run. It's only had one this year. Ends up getting through 5 innings despite that terrible first inning. Rodriguez gets his first hit of the year. Procchio gets a walk. Kefis flies out. And Manzardo strikes out, so leaving guys on base as we do. Alright, well, he's walked 5 guys, so he's not going to be able to make it through this inning. Bring Cantillo in. Get the strikeout. Alright, works out of that inning. Jose gets a leadoff single. Bo flies out. JJ hits a single with an error to get him over to third. Second and third with 1 out for a chase. Man, we're just all striking out. And a fly out. So we can't get any of those runs in. We're going to leave Joey in. Solo home run makes it 5-1. We're just leaving so many guys on base. Not this inning, though. Oh, we get Kefis on. A walk. Jose grounds again. 2 guys left on base. We'll leave Cantillo in. Walks guy after giving up a hit. Pass ball. They get a run. So it's now 6-1. We're probably not going to be able to come back because no one's getting on base. So Cantillo's 2 2/3 innings. Pretty good. We're going to throw Taylor Rogers out there since we're down 5. See if we can build some momentum. Of course, he gets hurt. Abdominal soreness. So Little will come back out. All right, we'll see if we get some magic here in the 9th. And that's gonna be a no. Yikes! Yikes for the offense there. So we win the first game against the Pirates. We lose the second game. Mitch Keller is on the bump for them today. See if we can get some offense going. See if we get out of the first inning without giving up any runs. Uh-oh, that's a base runner. All right, it's able to do it. All right, 2 scoreless for him. Sacrifice bunt. It's crazy work. Solo home run for Kefis, his second of the year. Gives us a 1-0 lead. Manzardo charges the mound. What are we doing out there? We'll throw Gage out there for him. Jose strikes out, unfortunately. Parker, work out of this inning. All right, very good. Bo grounds out. JJ grounds out. And Chase grounds out. Khalil has not had a hit yet. That's continuing. He gets on base. We'll see if we get him to second. We do. Rokio flies out, unfortunately, and Kappa strikes out. Parker through 5 is scoreless. He's made it through 6, so really good start for him. All right. And we still get nothing. So Parker will give him to a base runner. The leadoff double, so that's going to knock him out of the game. And we're in the 7th now, so we're going to go with Seawald and then with Garrett in the next inning. Steals third. He's able to get the big fly out and able to keep him off the board. Chase flies out. Khalil hits a double here. That's really big. Ground ball gets him to third. We just steal home. We'll try it again. It didn't work. Didn't expect it to work. Take him out. Go with Garrett Whitlock. I didn't really think Rokia would get a hit, though. I have little faith in him right now. Well, I guess I should have. He showed me. So he gets on base. A walk here. 2 guys for Gage. And he's going to strike out again. Jose flies out. And Bo strikes out. Alright, well, we got to go with save number 3. Gets a fly out. Walks a batter. Gives up a triple, so he's blown 2 saves. And the lead. Goodness gracious, Cade. Alright, so we're going to need a run. JJ is 0 for 3 on the day. 0 for 4. DeLauder strikes out. And Khalil grounds out. So we had the win there. And Cade Smith is back on his old stuff. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I want to go through a season with that. So I might be just moving on from Cade Smith. I'm kind of sick of him being just so terrible in the bullpen. Abner Aribe could be a dude. I don't think I can survive a whole season with him and not lose my mind. Tigers look that's a pretty interesting trade. Do I really want to trade him in the division like that though? Don't think I do. There's no one that's good. So what we're gonna do is he's just not gonna be the closer anymore. He'll just be middle relief. We'll give Garrett Whitlock the closing position, and Paul Sewell will be the setup man. Hunter Gaddis will be middle relief, and we'll go about it that way. It's only out for 3 games. We don't really want to burn an option on someone when we don't need to. But I mean, Ralphie, I think we do it. Try to infuse our offense. Which makes me want to play this series, so we're going to play this series as well. So we're 4-5. Our closer's lost his role. We're not going through another season of him blowing every save. We actually have other guys that are rated pretty highly as well. See if Slade can do well in his first start. Gets up a hit and a walk. And they don't score. Ralphie strikes out. So another quick inning for us. 2-run home run. That's unfortunate. Khalil gets on base. See if he can get a steal. He does. Arias pops out. Wild pitch moves him to third for Crooks. And Crooks gets a walk. Cafis hits a sac fly. That works. Mayo gets walked. Jose flies out. So we get one of the runs back. See if Slade's able to lock in. Nothing. It's his third walk on the day. Khalil had a single in his first at bat. Gets his first home run. Actually, don't know. Did he play much for us last year? He had 2 home runs last year. So we tie up the game there. So we'd love to see that. Crooks grounds out. Another home run. Come on, Slade. We tie the game up for you, and then you blow the lead again. Ralphie hits a single here. So, average outfield depth, good runner, has a great arm. I think we send him, and he is safe. So Ralphie gets an RBI, and we get the game tied back up. DeLauder hits a single, infield single, so I'll move him to third. Ball bounces away on the 1-0 count. And he strikes out this time. Slade, you have the tie again. Maybe don't give up a home run. Alright, he's able to get through 6. Arias 0 for 2 on the day. Now he's 0 for 3. Crooks flies out. Cafis gets a walk. Gets caught stealing. Unfortunate. We'll give him to a base runner. And that's going to be it for him. So Jose Siri has tore our team up today. Derek Hill is up. So we're in the 7th now. So we are going to go... I don't really want to go with Hunter Gaddis, but we're going to go with Hunter Gaddis. I think he's a 2-star. Yeah. Is he a 2-star as well? No. Oh, he played for LA. That's where he was before. Gets a strikeout. And gives up the run. Gives up another run. What is wrong with Hunter? Oh, now we're down 2. The leadoff guy on, which is good. And a single, so we get the first 2 guys on. Ralphie's back up, and he gets a single. So the bases are loaded with no outs. So statistically speaking, we should score at least 1 run with 60... I think it's like 66% chance. The Lauder grounds out. We're actually going to not score again. So that's 0 for 2 with the bases loaded this year with no outs. It's actually kind of diabolical, like how statistically unlikely that is for two opportunities to score 0 runs. Like I get, like I'm not expecting to score 10 runs, but we didn't score a single run in 2 opportunities, which actually is like doesn't make sense for sim. So we lose the game. Yeah, what's this? I remember doing this before. 2 opportunities. Is my internet not working? So that one definitely should have been a game that we won just from like a sim standpoint. The fact that that's our second opportunity with the bases loaded, and the fact that it just didn't work. All right, now we got that. So the chance of not scoring, so the chances of not doing that twice is 2%. So the 98% chance that we score a run in those two opportunities, one in 44 times, 97.75% chance. So that's just bad sim. I mean that's what it comes down to. Like that's just bad coding in the game because there's actually no reason why neither one of those opportunities shouldn't result in a run twice. And it's not like I'm putting guys out there with 20 contact. Like I'm putting guys out there that have the ability to play at the major league level. So it's definitely goofy and it's something I noticed before and it's very frustrating because it's just like the runs in the first inning. There's so many runs scored in the first inning as well. And it makes it takes the realism out because it just doesn't happen as frequently. Like they immediately get two guys on base. See if they get a run here. No, they don't. And we get a two-run home run. The bases loaded statistics or like the averages or whatever, however they calculate that, your chances of doing whatever are, it just doesn't make any sense. 97.75% chance in two opportunities that we should have scored. So two base runners are on for him. And Tanner is able to work out of that inning. So we did score two with the home run in the last inning. So we're still up two. Now we're up three. Game's making up for the last one. But it's like I can deal with having less home runs and just having opportunities, the bases loaded, just result in runs, at least at a common rate. And if it's 98%, if you have two opportunities, like it should just kind of happen. It should just kind of happen. But we'll have to keep a tracker on that. Flip 3-0. Leadoff guy on. Khalil gets on. Gage hits a single to get on. An infield hit. Rocchio's going to fly out. So this is bases loaded with no outs. The first guy got out. All right, there we go. So we scored one run in three bases loaded opportunities with no outs. And Ralphie pops out. All right, they get their first run. And they tie it. Come on, Bivey. Getting four runs and he blows the lead immediately. That's diabolical work. Khalil with a single there. So we have some younger guys that are stepping up. Gage 1 for 2 on the day. Bobby's only at 70 pitches. So he makes it through the fifth. Rocchio grounds out. Kafis strikes out. And Mayo flies out. So that's 74. Gives up a single. A sack month. Okay. So he loads the bases up. They'll score a run for sure. No, they don't. Maybe the game's fair and I'm just coping. Always a possibility. All right, Bobby has to come out. He does manage to keep his lead there. So we have Cade Smith that we can actually bring in. He's at 72%. He's just going to get some work in. He needs some practice. Throws a scoreless seventh. Khalil gets on via the walk. See if he's able to get the steal. All right, he's too afraid to steal. See if he can steal now. He does. Rocchio gets the walk. Capus strikes out. And Mayo hits a base clearing double, so we get runs 6 and 7. Ralphie is able to hit a single here. I think he's just solidified his spot on the roster. We'll have to figure out how to get him in. All right, Cade's going to come out. We gave him a chance to allow a base runner, and he did in fact do that. Brandon Little will come in here. Gets the first out. Second out, the runner on second. A wild pitch. Amon. All right, very good. Got out of the inning. JJ's 1 for 4 on the day. Now he's 2 for 5. Chase the Lauder. He's going to fly out. Khalil has 2 hits on the day and a walk. Does strike out that time, but a really good production for him. All right, so moving into the ninth, we're going to use our new closer, Garrett Whitlock. Pitched well to start the year. He's trying to blow the game. They get 2 runs. The tying run's on second. So he does get the save, a very ugly save, but he does get the save, so we do win the second game of the series. Our closers tried to blow it. So see if we can win this last series here before we hop off. So DeLauder is going to get the day off today. Kafis would be in center. A righty on the bump today. I don't know if I really want Arias in, to be frank. I think we'll put him in. Kafis at first. Him at center. And Rodriguez also, I don't think we really want him in either. So we're going to throw Gage out there. Does he have potential to develop at second? He does not. So Gage will play second today, and then he'll go out to right field. If Ralphie hits, though, we're going to figure out where Kobe Mayo's going to go because he's also hitting, so it's a good problem to have. No runs for us in the first. They get a leadoff hit, pass ball, and immediately score in the first inning. Because that's what happens. They only get 1, though. Ralphie flies out. Ground out. Base hit with 1 out. A triple. It's the second triple we've seen, so they get 3 runs here. Throwing a lot of pitches and another wild pitch. See if we can get some runs. Gage gets on base with a walk and gets a steal. 2 walks. Hit by a pitch. Bases are loaded for Mayo. Sacrifice fly gets us a run. Jose clears the bases with a double there. So we tie up the game at 3. And Ralphie with a 2-run home run. Yeah, he might be ready for the show at 21 years old. Hit a home run. He's batting .455. He's off to a blazing start. Gavin walks a guy, gives up a hit, gets a big strikeout, gets another strikeout, and gives up a base hit, so they get their 4th run. Come on, Gavin. This is so brutal. 6-5. He's not even like high at stamina. Man, we come all the way back and we get cooked. Come on, Khalil. He gets on base. We should be able to get a steal with him. JJ flies out. Gage gets a walk. I think we go for the double steal. Rocchio flies out. Kafis. Man, we get him in the scoring position. We just can't do anything. Gavin's having a terrible start today. 7-5. It's brutal. We're down 2, and we're going to have to take him out. Ralphie gets a base hit after the walk, so 2 guys on for Bo. He reaches on an error, so we'll take that. Khalil, A double there. All right, that's big. So we might have a chance to tie up the game. We'll see what it says. The ball is very deep. Bo Naylor's an average runner, and Derek Hill is a great arm. So we send him, and I don't know what happened. Oh, that's maybe the third run. All right, so we were already tied up, and that was the go-ahead run. Infield single. Should be able to get Gage the second. Maybe not. Nope, he gets caught. All right, Gavin's at 94. We shouldn't leave. Yeah, he just has to come out. He just doesn't have it today. We're going to bring Cantillo in since it's kind of a middle relief. Immediately. Oh, come on, Cantillo. Work out of it. One more out. All right, he's able to clutch up. Rocchio 0 for 1 on the day. Keep Cantillo. Oh, the game's tied. So we want to keep him out there to get some more length. So he gives up the solo home run. Jose gets on base. Let Ralphie swing away. It's an infield hit this time at 115 miles an hour. Goodness gracious, he hit that hard. Bo hits an opposite field single. Bases loaded for Khalil. He has 3 RBIs on the day. Gets RBI number 4 with a sacrifice. JJ is going to hit an RBI single up the middle. That's going to get us run number 10. Gage is going to roll into a double play, but we do get 2 runs there. I would love for Joey to get through this inning as well, but we're going to take him out. I don't want to bring in Hunter. It's a lefty anyway, so we'll bring in Little. Big double play. Rocchio flies out. Capus hits a single. We get him in the scoring position for Kobe. He strikes out, and Jose flies out, so not able to get him in. We'll leave Little in here to face the lefty. The righty gives up a double. Gets the second out. Gives up that run. That will leave him in there. And he gets the last out, so he gives up a run. Ralphie is 3 for 4 on the day. Now he's 4 for 5 on the day. It's an absolute menace. See if we have anyone to pinch run for him, though. Nobody that's really any faster. I mean, like, he's not even that slow. He just doesn't have a high stealing rating. 2 guys on base for Khalil, who has 4 RBIs on the day. He gets a single here. Loads the bases for JJ. So 1 hit on the day. Pass ball is going to get us a run. And JJ is going to hit a sacrifice fly. So he gets an RBI. Engage moves him over to the third. Rocchio is able to hit a single. So we get lots of run support this inning. That's really big for us. So that means that we can bring in Taylor Rogers. Surely he can't blow a 4-run lead. There we go, 13-9. So a very high scoring game, but we do win the series here. So Ralphie is off to an insane start to start this season. We have Manzardo that's ready to come back. Rodriguez, I think, just lost his spot on our team. Being off to a cold start, just being an outfielder. Ralphie can play some outfield as well. So there is some interest, but not a ton. We would take any prospect. Nope. All right, so we're just going to send him to Waverland. We're going to bring Manzardo back. So this is where it becomes tricky of where to place everyone because Khalil's off to a great start. JJ's not off to a bad start. So what we might have to do Manzaro's off to a good start as well. So I think Ralphie is going to play. I think this putting Ralphie at first, putting Kafis in right. Not even batting poorly, but we'll take him out and put him here as the DH. I think that's going to be our best lineup for now. That gives us a strong outfield, a serviceable infield. I kind of want to see if Jose can play second, and then we can put Mayo at third to see if he has more potential. So we know Arias can play second. Can Mayo play short? No, we don't really want to keep experimenting with all of his positions right now. It's a good problem to have, though. And I don't like that it's all lefties right now, but it is what it is with that. So Crooks, I'm fine with where he's at right now. He's 0 for 5, but he's just our backup catcher, and we can look at AAA and see. We have lots of guys. So like Angle, he can always come up. Really, just we have a lot of flexibility with all of our guys down here at AAA as far as hitters go. So we're really strong when it comes to people being hurt. We actually have quite a lot of pitchers as well that could be ready to come up. So I forgot that we brought back Logan Allen, so he gets $1.2 million to pitch in AAA. And Michael Groove, we're going to send him to AAA. Then we'll look at AAA, and we'll throw Xander down to AA. So hopefully Cole does pretty well this year. So last year, he threw 14 innings at low A, 1 inning at high A. Got blown up in that inning. Got blown up in this inning, so he's not off to a good pitching start, although it's a really, really small sample size. His hitting's off to a good start. So if we look at his profile, he's a 2.5-star potential third baseman and a 3.5-star potential pitcher. And he has good velocity, so he's an interesting prospect. Probably our best one in the system. Let's check our player development. Ranked 23rd out of 30th. We have a lot of guys ranked, though. He wasn't ranked before, and he's a free agent, so that's interesting. Alcantara's an interesting guy as well, because he has that major league option. I like JJ. Gage is kind of is not off to a good start. He has good speed, and Rokio is not off to a good start either. Let's see if there's anything happening for a trade for him. I feel like he still has good value. If he's going to be a bench player, I'm not really that worried about sending him to AAA or moving him around. Like Jace Jung doesn't really offer much different than him. Gage can play the middle infield spot, so he does have some more value in that regard. A full 3-star that's chilling in AAA. So we can try to trade for both of those guys. Those would be two interesting players to get. I don't know why he's at AAA. Throw all three guys. We'll get an immediate no. We hit submit and they didn't immediately reject it. There's no way. Oh, that's weird. All right, so well, I guess we'll figure that out in the next video because I am off for now. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.